Interesting. I see a guy like you, and like I said, I mean, I don't know if they can tell in the frame. I thought you looked smaller on the screen and on my phone, obviously. But a guy like you who is like huge, obviously, and you do have the muscles. You look like a goddamn superhero. Yeah. Do you think you've kind of set like an unrealistic kind of like expectation for men? I'm just gonna be bold about these questions. Yeah. What do you think?
That's a great question. I mean, and the reason it's a great question is because the reason I don't think it's unrealistic because of what I do in terms of my nutrition. I wake up every morning and I'm going to crush it. Like the things I do to achieve the physique that I have, it's attainable. Now, you're going to have to be a little, crazy in the head in terms of like, I can tell you exactly how many grams of protein, exactly how many grams of fat, exactly how many grams of carbs I'm going to have for the day. True. I can tell you every meal to the T.
Seriously?
To the T. This morning, I had 4 eggs. I had a bagel. I had 35 grams of cream cheese on it. I had 1 scoop of protein shake was 25 grams. I had 50 grams of oats. I had 18 grams of almond butter in there. Boom. I'm going to go home after this. I'm going to have 250 grams of rice with 7 ounces of chicken. I can go out the whole day. So, like I said, I can take you through the whole day of what my day is going to look like. So, it can be absurd, but if you're willing to do it, then it's not an unachievable thing to do. Now, why do I do it? I don't do it for physique. I do it because I translate it to business. Okay. I translate the skill, the number. I need to be this meticulous about something because everything matters, like KPIs. It's like everything matters in key performance indicators. So it's like, you need to know, why do I feel this way the next day? Because, you ate this, you ate that. So business goes, if I run an ad or if I'm doing everything, why isn't this working? I have all data. I have all data in terms of what I'm doing, but so it's not just a physique thing and a body thing. It's also a mental thing of where do I need to adjust? Where do I need to get better? Where am I improving at? So I look at the food and the nutrition thing as a completely different thing than most people look. I don't think about like the physique. I think about putting your brain in, hey, what's going to help you at all times?
I'm going to veer back to you and your dedication to detail, but just real quick, like, what is a cheat meal for you? Just curious. Like, you look like a guy who could eat like 50 burgers and be like, yep, I got a washboard abs.
I mean, we're cheeseburger fries.
Oh, I hit it on the head, cheeseburgers.
Yeah, like cheeseburger fries.
Okay, cool.
But there's I teach this, but there's different ways to do it. Like a cheat meal, I would plan a cheat meal. And that's what a lot of people do who are really into fitness. Like you plan the cheat meal throughout the day. So as I just went through your numbers, I may switch those numbers up because I know I'm going to have cheeseburger and fries. So now it doesn't become a cheat meal for me because it fits into my macros.
Right.
So when everybody thinks somebody's having a cheat meal, I'm like, I planned for this. So now I don't feel guilty the next day when most people quit and say, oh, this doesn't work. And I'm like, well, I planned it. So it's just like, it's a lot that goes into it. But
is there like this is also one more going with your cheat meal. Is there a shout out for your cheesker spot just in Miami? What is it?
I actually try all different places, man. I don't really have like
not a skinny Louie dude, are you?
Nah. You know what's crazy? I go to steakhouses and get burgers.
That makes sense.
So I go to Ruth's Chris a lot, get burgers. Yeah. I'm just big on like burgers, but it doesn't really matter. I don't have a specific spot for it.
Very cool. Well, I'll bring you back though to like the detail thing because you are a guy who's living. You're not just blowing smoke up my ass. You're literally a guy who lives the details. And like you said, you can run through all the different details of your diet, which you're also doing with ads. I like that you mentioned ads because that is a huge portion of business today. And analyze. Do you do Facebook ads a lot?
Done them.
Same way. Yeah. Anyway, I want to go all the way back to the toxic part about the gym as well, because there's another part of this, which is, I don't know if we as two men should be speaking on it, but I'm just going to ask, you train women as well, right?
So my girlfriend actually trains the women in my program. I've trained women, but I've handed over to her, but I can answer any question because I kind of oversee the entire.
Is it cool to acknowledge that she's here?
Yeah.
All right. So his girlfriend is here right now. I didn't know if you wanted to cut her out or nothing like that. She's really cool. I think that's pretty badass, the fact that they came together, which is pretty cool actually. But I want to talk about another part of the feminine toxic culture, which is the women coming in who look at women who are fit, maybe even like your wife, and say, that's unhealthy. She's a very fit woman. She's very healthy in regards to what I think of a healthy woman. Now, there's a culture of women today who are bigger or even maybe a little bit more obese. And they're saying, well, she's happy. She's okay. What are your thoughts on that and that transition of like the way the media portrays the female body of what is healthy?
I think, I think happiness sometimes gets used as a word because we hear it a lot. It's like, well, I'm happy. And it's tough because you could get into health just in general before we even talk about anything. Like health concerns are there and will be there regardless if you're happy or not. You may be happy today, but in 20 years you may be unhappy like no other.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I think a lot of times it's looking at happy, but I think it is, and this is what we preach a lot of times in our business, is it's not about happiness. It's pushing yourself to a level that you never thought you could get.
Okay.
So even if your physique doesn't change, which will change because all of everything we do is science and database and tracking. But the fact that you seeing yourself accomplish something every single day, I think that would make you happy in progressing. I think a lot of times people look at, oh, I'm happy, but it's like, you're supposed to be doing, like, physical activity is a part of life. You know, like burning calories is a part of like life. We have to do it. And I think that they prefer to say that instead of saying, hey, I should go do something about it. That makes you happy.
Gotcha.
But the result that you would get if you actually did it would make you happier. I truly don't think they're happy, if you really want to know my honest opinion.
Be honest.
Yeah, I don't think somebody is overweight and they're happy. I think they won't do what is required to feel that. So they prefer to say, I'm happy and be okay with it versus going to go make a change, because that seems harder. As we're on this, it's funny. I was listening to a podcast, Myron Golden, and he talks about.
You're a Myron guy.
Yeah, I'm an everybody guy, but but Myron talks about the difference between anxiety and fear, and he talks about fear is, like me and you right now, we see an alligator. All right, we're scared of it. That's fear. Anxiety is, I don't know what's behind the corner, and I feel anxiety. So fear, it presents itself. Mm-hmm. Anxiety is, I have no clue what it is. I'm just choosing not to do it. But they both present the same emotion for us. So whether you're fearful or you're having anxiety, it's still going to promote you not to do something, not to move forward, not to do it.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are they don't have a fear of losing weight. They have anxiety about it because of what they're going to have to do, and their habits are going to have to change, and their lifestyle is going to have to change. So since they have so much anxiety about it, they prefer to stay where they're at and just say, I'm happy.
Okay, cool. All right. That's an interesting take. I had never heard someone say like, okay, like, if you are obese or whatever, you're really not happy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's impossible.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I think I'm telling you. And the reason I say that, because, and I've been around people who have made a lot of money, NBA players, celebrities. And it's funny how you always see celebrities, like let's say Rick Ross, for example.
Okay.
He'll go on like a fitness kick every now and then. Because I think at the end of the day, regardless if you have everything in the world, once you get it, you go back to like, the only thing that's more important is my health.
It's true. It is true.
Actors, Elon Musk, you all of a sudden see him like they go through a change into physically, because I think that puts you at a different level than you're at now. That because you have to start doing stuff you should do to require to get what you're trying to get.
That's true. And this longevity topic, it's kind of stems to two things I want to ask you about, mm-hmm. which you said that you listen to a lot of different podcasts, mm-hmm. things like that. Are you into biohacking mm-hmm. and that, like, the culture of what that is today? Mm-hmm. And do you think it's become a little bit extreme? Like, I remember
cold plunging and all that.
Nootropics.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The reason I want to ask you about this is because Andrew Huberman was on a podcast the other
mm-hmm.
day. And you're obviously working with people's diets. Mm-hmm. And they caught him saying, he was like, you know what? You shouldn't drink any alcohol. Mm-hmm. Zero alcohol. He's like, it's just direct poison to your body. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be doing it. And then they said, well, Andrew, like that's unrealistic. Yeah. Like, we want to have a drink every night. We want to have wine with our meals, whatever. And he goes, well, max, you have 2 a week, but even that is detrimental to your health. Yeah. What are your take on this? Do you think it's gone too far? Like, come on, what do you, I mean...
I think people are doing stuff like that just because it's trending. They have no idea what it does, the science behind it. Now goes on the flip side, if it really puts you at a better place, go ahead and do it. But right. I don't think it's like a necessity of things to do, like cold plunge, like they have like I don't know if it's called, like, I can't think of it, it's coffee. I don't even know. It's like people just like a whole bunch of cold plunges. People just jump in and like they're partying, they're doing all this stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it.
Where they take there's a bunch of
yeah. It's like becoming like, an excuse for us to do what we're really doing here.
Yeah.
But let's act like we're cold plunging. So it's like becoming that. But yeah, I think that it's gotten to a point like where people are just doing things because it's trendy.